Hey guys, and welcome back to another video inside my channel. I'm Jonah, and today I thought I'd do a little bit of a mysterious, interesting video. I spoke about in my last video about how I wanted to do something, and I did a little bit of it in my last video, but I thought I wanted to do like the whole thing today, so here I am. Sorry about the like setup. My hair's not greasy, it's wet. I literally just parted it just now, and my lips are a bit chapped, a bit crackly, which is gross, but I keep putting lip balm on and it hasn't helped us yet, but ignore that. But today what I wanted to do is I wanted to read my recovery journal. This has been in my drawer, literally catching dust. Oh my god, what does that say? Oh my god, I wrote something in the front I didn't realize. It says lovesick girls. I don't know if you can read that. I was in my Blackpink phase, but it's actually covered in guinea pig hair, which by the way, I moved the guinea pigs downstairs. Sad story, because my allergies were getting the better of me. Getting the best of me, getting the worst out of me, but this has been catching dust in my drawer for about a year now. The last entry in this diary was the end of March in 2023, so it has been a while since I wrote in this, and I've only written like 10 entries, and I was gonna highlight and pick out certain bits I wanted to show in the video, but there's not a lot in here actually, so I thought I might as well just read all of it. So I'll be reading my very depressing recovery journal, which is my anorexia recovery journal, but I'm just gonna make it a bit more fun and lighthearted in this video because that would just be like funny. I'll be like making fun of myself and everything. And I'll also just be kind of like talking about what I've written and like the context behind everything, because I read it recently for the first time in a year and it's kind of weird. Like, it's weird to go through this kind of shit, but yeah, let's get started with this because I'm low-key scared. I have read them, they do get bad. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna include in this video, like the really deep stuff, because some of it I just can't make funny, but there's a lot of tea in this actually, so we're gonna get started. Oh my god, ew. Okay, here's my front cover that I made. So cringe. Oh my god, if you find don't read because you're a clown. I don't know if you guys can see this. And then I put Stan new jeans at the top. I guess this is my new jeans era, but I just added a little front cover. So one thing I said, I always draw like a picture on the left page, but I put born alone, die alone, very Lana Del Rey. And then I put all my friends are growing up and I'm being left behind. That's true, that is definitely how I felt. So this is when I started going back to school, and this is me kind of documenting me going back into school. So Monday the 13th of March at 1 AM, I don't know why I wrote the time. I can't get to sleep, I'm feeling really sad. I've had a really bad stomach ache for the past few days and I haven't been able to go to the toilet. Oh my god. And my parents don't really believe me, so they keep feeding me, which makes it even more, and it's not helping at all. Okay, so yeah, I used to get stomach aches a lot. The thing is with recovery is that you don't realize is that your body is so used to like not eating. So when you just kind of like start eating again, your body doesn't really know how to react. And I remember like eating, because they want to be like calorific dense, they want to give you calorific dense foods when you start recovery, because they just want to build you up as quick as you can. Maybe that's a story for another day, how like that system is so flawed, but they give you like lots of dense foods and it messes up with your stomach. I remember just the first, up until like a few months ago, my stomach is still bad, I'm gonna admit. My stomach can still be sometimes really bad depending on the food, which it never used to be, but your stomach gets so bad, you have like waves of, I don't want to be like TMI, but like this is a TMI channel, so you have waves of having like literally really bad diarrhea for like 3 days, and then after 3 days you'll be heavily constipated for the next 3 days, then after that you'll be diarrhea again, constipated. Like, it's a vicious cycle of just constantly being diarrhea, constipated, like it's not normal. Your stomach doesn't know how to cope with it, but then your nurse wants you to still eat the food, so it just makes it worse and worse. And I think this is when I was constipated for like a week, remember correctly, I'm not too sure. Nighttime is when I'm most vulnerable to my thoughts, and it makes me think about lots of things, like why do I actually have no friends? I for real only have like 2 friends that I talk to. One goes to a different school and the other goes on about her life without using her phone a lot, which is true. I literally feel so lonely at the moment. My only friend was Anna, even though she is bad and actually trying to kill me. My god, I really miss how things were. I started listening to songs during my peak eating disorder days, and it really made me miss the way I was feeling, which just makes me feel like shit. Lol, I'm really gonna die alone, a broken heart. So I didn't know this is like a teenager cringe diary. Like, this is really hard for me to read because it's really cringe, but also it's kind of enlightening. So let's deep dive. I run all to my thoughts at nighttime. Yes, everyone that knows that eating disorders, you're most vulnerable during the nighttime, because when you're alone to your thoughts is when things start transpiring. That's definitely how things worked for me when I first started. Like fasting, I guess, is that what you want to call it? Is the whole summer I really didn't see any of my friends. because we're all busy, like there's like no reason to be like, but whatever, we're all busy, so that's when it really started. It's just being alone to your thoughts. So that's why at night time was definitely the hardest for me. So my mum would like always check up on me, making sure like I'm watching, or like watching movies or videos or like doing something, because the best way to short-term way to like stop this is to distract yourself, and that's what I've always been told, is distract like yourself all the time. Regarding the friend situation, I obviously did exaggerate a lot. This is how I felt in the moment of time, that I had no friends and I only have 2 real friends, which now just thinking about it, it's like I wouldn't change that for the world. I have 2 amazing friends that are like could not be any less fake, if that makes any sense, and I just know they would definitely be friends for life, instead of having just a group of friends that are like fake as fuck behind your back. One goes to a different school than me, that's true. We used to go to school in reception up until year 6, and obviously we went our separate ways. He went to a grammar school, I went to a performing school, so like yeah, but we still obviously keep in touch. Like we were literally, all of us were just texting a second ago, but we meet up a lot. But this is how I felt back then. And then one of my friends doesn't use her phone a lot, which I think was true back in the time, but that was like, honestly, like that's so normal. She was so busy with GCSEs and exams, and I think I was comparing it to back in the day when we were in like year 8 during lockdown, where we would use our phone constantly. So in a way, like I'm really proud of her for not using her phone, because she was doing what felt right for her. I feel like this camera is slanted. So yeah, and then I started listening to songs at my peak ED, and it really made me feel sad. Yeah, I still do that. I still go through that kind of phase. I listen to different music throughout the year, so who I listen to in January will not be the same as who I listen to in like May. So I think I'm talking about New Jeans actually, which is funny. Their first EP was like Hype Boy and Attention. I would listen to all the time on my way to like my nurse's house, on the way to my appointments, that's what I'm trying to say, all the time on repeat. So I think that's what I'm talking about, and I still do that with like other songs as well. They tell me not to rely on numbers to define who I am, except they see me as an X percentile and an X food plan who's putting on X a week. Hypocrite. Why do you only care about numbers? What about how I feel, for fuck's sake? I still feel like that. I still think nurses, I respect the nurses for what they do, but that doesn't change the fact that I don't think that it was beneficial in any way except health. Physical health. They tell you to not rely on numbers to define who you are, like scales, like your weight, which I find really double standard, because that's all they care about. That's definitely how I felt, and I still stand by that. Lol. Tuesday the 14th of March. Today started off fine, got up as normal, but after school I just felt so shy. It's like I'm not even myself. I feel like this alien that pops up in every now and then. My friend wasn't in today, so double maths felt really lonely as ever, even though I sat next to the projecting girl. Oh my god. My teacher has told her not to say anything to me, but it's always at the back of my mind. I felt like I've really lost myself. It's like someone has smashed me into little pieces and has hidden them within mountains of emotions and obstacles, and I can't find. I feel so lost at the moment, but I put on a happy face to my parents. They don't bug me about it. Yikes, I didn't realize I was a poet. That was kind of like, hello, I could not write that now, even though it wasn't even that good. But feeling like shit after school all the time. Feeling like an alien. I defo felt like an alien, because all my friends would be doing these normal days of school, and my school was 10 hours a day from 8 till 6. So they were with each other for a lot, and I would pop in for like less than an hour every day-ish, not even every day. So I definitely felt like I was just kind of intruding on everything to do with like the friendship group and school, so that really like affected me. And then we had Projector Girl. I'm not gonna use her name because she's in this a lot, by the way, guys. I'm not gonna use her name because I don't want to get sued, but there was this girl I would call Projector Girl. I'm gonna call her that in this video as well. She's a friend of mine. Like, I've been friends with her for quite long, but our friendship's kind of been on and off, and she would project her issues to the wrong people all the time. Like, all the time. My teacher has told her not to say anything to me. That wasn't my doing, actually. There was another girl that had the same illness as me in my school. I'm not gonna name her either. I guess I'll just call her like Jill. So Jill was a year earlier than me in terms of her illness. She did it all a year early. Like she got ill a year early, a year before me. So she started going back to school when I got off school, and I've heard stories of Projector Girl just making her relapse. Not on purpose. She's not a horrible person, Projector Girl. It's just she says the wrong things to the wrong people. So she would always talk about food and shit in front of her, making out that she has a eating disorder too, but she didn't. And like I would prove that, but like, again, that's not my place to say, but she didn't have one. Let's just say that. Jill told the teacher to stop talking to her, and also to me as well, because we were in the same boat. Oh my goodness, look how cute that is. Okay, so I have a picture of me and what I wanted me to look like with all my things. So this is what I think I should look. This is my I want list. Smaller nose, jawline, prominent collarbones, small arms, thin wrist / fingers, spine showing, ribs showing, thinner waist, smaller legs, thin feet, slim ankles, wider thigh gap. Okay, so like L, like, I literally have nothing else to say to that, like, there you go. Today I missed my class because I felt really crap physically / mentally this morning. When I finally rolled out of bed at 1 PM, I tried to be just productive by working on a video, probably one on this channel, I'm not gonna lie. I eventually made some progress, which is good. I was talking to my mum today and she made a comment out of the blue saying, do you remember the days we would go out for food together? That was our mother-son bonding time. I miss those days. That kind of made me feel really bad because I feel like the root of all my family's problems right now. She apologized because she could see I got sad. That was a big thing. The thing is with an eating disorder, especially my one, I think, I can't even say that because I don't know about other ones, is that it's not just a you problem, it's an everyone around you problem. You bring down yourself, but you bring down your family and your friends and everyone who's close to you with you, like you do. And this is a blatant example. My mum literally just said the nicest comment a normal person would hear and be like, oh yeah, remember the days where we go out for food together? That was our mother-son bonding time. I miss those days. And I took that as offense, and I didn't get angry. I just genuinely got upset because I felt really bad about that. And then, like I said, she apologized, which she like shouldn't have, thinking back. But then it's all very confusing. I still stand by that I'm the root of most of my family's issues when it comes to like family drama dynamics and shit. It was definitely my illness's fault. But yeah, how do I start loving my body again? I look in the mirror and make mental notes of every single flaw I have. I feel like when the weight goes up, the uglier I feel and the harder it gets. Lose freaking lose. I'm tired. What? I don't get the last bit. I guess I'll answer that question to past Jonah, is that you, how do I say this, like, you get over it. Yes, there are days where I feel the same, but you just realize you're making extremely difficult expectations in your head to what you want your body to be, and it doesn't work. In order for this to be achieved, you have to be so ill that it's not worth it, and then you could die. So that's what I say, is you just kind of forget that's a huge thing because it's not in your life. That's a big thing. You need to have a reason to not believe like that. There needs to be a reason, otherwise it doesn't work. That's why recovery is hard. People don't find reasons, and I didn't find a reason for the first nearly a year, 9 months I'd say. So I was exactly the same. But that's what I would say. You just realize it's a very unrealistic expectation, and it will never get there because the more you lose, the more you're gonna want to lose. There's no one ever reaches that goal weight, and when they do, they make a new one. It's never that simple where you just reach and you stop and like, okay, good, let's go back up. It's not how it works.
And then you go down punching bag, run to your pillow with no need, stop seeking mental advice from someone who can't advise themselves.
That's about Projector Girl. Then I went for a double maths, ew, and it was shit. I came in a few minutes late and there was only one seat next to Projector Girl. Projector Girl won't shut up about her problems. I make an agreement to sit next to my other friend, but he's already sat next to someone else, not gonna lie, a little betrayed. This is a great area. The friend I'm talking about, I don't really talk to anymore because we just don't talk that much anymore. But he came to my house before I went back to school, and we just kind of talked, and we kind of made this agreement that he knows how Projector Girl is like. She's the same to him, but he didn't have like the issues that I did, so it was a bit different. So he would sit next to me every single time and make sure Projector Girl would never sit next to me. So we made that agreement. That made me really happy. But then I did come in late, which I guess is a thing, but I did tell him that I was coming in today, and I ended up having to sit next to Projector Girl. And then I think I ended up sitting next to Projector Girl for the rest of the term, so yeah, that's enough of that. That's friend drama. Anyways, everything started out fine. And then Projector Girl forgot she wanted to be edgy and mysterious that day, so she started complaining, mentioning the nurse that I went to, and her liver plus heart plus stomach problems out of dinner, and she started making out she was ill and constantly tried to seek validation. Like, babes, just stop talking, stop huffing and puffing, stop planting your head on the desk, stop telling me every 6 minutes you're wanting to call your mum and you're waiting for her to text you back. Why do you even have your phone on you? I have so much dirt on you and your dad. It's actually kind of funny. You're treading on thin ice. Oh my god, like, why am I death threat? You're treading on thin ice. I don't want to be that person, but stop claiming you have a severe eating disorder when you're eating every time I look at you. It's low-key insulting. That was mean. I shouldn't have said that. Again, this is my journal. I didn't say this to anyone's face, but that's how I felt. How do I digress? How do I dissect what I just read? Okay, so first of all, the stop being edgy and mysterious. She wants to be edgy and mysterious. She was very much like that. You know, those people that are happy and they forget they wanted to be like mysterious that day, so they just like, I don't know, they just go. We were in maths. It was a small ass classroom. Literally fit like 8 of us in there. Like, we had small classes because it's a prestigious school that the classes are quite small. And I sat next to her and she was all fine. Like, we were like cracking jokes, we were helping each other with our work, and then out of the blue she just wanted to be like sad and depressed and emo, and she just stopped. She just sat like this. I would like try and talk to her and she just wouldn't answer. She'd plant her head on the desk and she'd make it apparent that she wanted me to ask her what was wrong, and I'm just like, oh my god, girl, I don't want to ask you what's wrong. I don't need this person projecting on me right now. I was in such a bad place at this point. I didn't need someone else just to project their feelings when it's not called for. So I just didn't say anything, and she kept just being like, oh, I need to call my mum. Yeah, I need to call my mum about my lunch. I really want this dish today, and then like, she's not gonna make it. Like, actually just absolute shit was coming out of her mouth. And it was so jarring to hear. And like, she would huff and puff, she'd plant her head on the desk, she would ask to leave the classroom every 5 seconds. She had her phone on her, which our school had big rules of no phones or like detention. I had my phone on me because I'd go in for an hour. I'm not handing it in. But she was at school, like at school. So she shouldn't have her phone on her, so I don't know why she had it. And she was so annoying. She made me relapse quite a few times. She's not a horrible person. She's just wrong. Like, she's just so wrong. I have so much dirt on your dad, it's actually kind of funny. I forgot about this, but I cannot say what the dirt is because I would generally get sued and arrested and probably have many angry parents on my back and an angry projector girl on me. So then I put Stan Esper, follow me, come and get illusion. Then I did a seating plan of where I was sitting. I'm not gonna show it because their names in it. Today was definitely the worst day of my entire week, probably the worst day yet, and that's all because of school. I went into school feeling pretty normal, but everything went downhill. Not many people were there because of auditions. I don't know what that means. So it was only 6 of us. 3 sat on one side of the room and 2 sat on the other side, and I found myself just sitting in the middle. I was sitting next to my friend, but he spoke to another boy. That's the friend I was talking about before. Spoke to another boy the whole time. The whole lesson I felt really lonely. I got to a point where the teacher would come up to me and ask if I needed help. Like I said, the boy was kind of, he was kind of a person with friends with everyone. And the teacher, yeah, it got to the point where everyone was in their clique and I was in the middle talking to no one. Our projector girl wasn't there, it seems like today. She was obviously at the audition. I was talking to no one. The teacher would literally come up to me and try and start a conversation like I was this like lonely little bean. And like, good, like that, it was really nice of her and I really thank her for that, but also like it's just like, it's embarrassing to have to talk to the teacher because you're lonely. Then came to break time and my group of friends were talking about things I didn't understand because I hadn't been there all year basically. I was just walking behind them. I don't feel like they're my friends anymore. I feel invisible. Why do I even bother? It's just gonna keep hurting me in the long run. I went home on the verge of tears and laid in my bed until 8 PM, unable to get out. I'm just gonna distance myself from everyone. I hate this constant feeling of being invisible. No one talks to me. I just feel like a brick wall. Yes, it did get to the point where I thought my friends were, I can't say not including me because I want to make this so abundantly clear, it is not their fault. They had been at school for 10 hours, 5 days a week. That's 50 hours, and I would have been in school 3 hours max the whole week. So they have experienced so much more than me at school that I'm not a part of. So obviously they're gonna talk about it. And I knew that I promise you, I was not being delusional. Like, they should have included me. I knew that was gonna happen because it's just, everyone goes on with their lives when you're in school. Everyone just goes on with their lives. So that was like a me problem. I didn't like to hear what I wasn't included in because it just made me feel upset. So I did end up distancing myself. Not like not talking to my friends, but as soon as school's over, I'd walk straight out of school and go to my mum's car. I wouldn't follow them around for a bit. I would just go straight out just to avoid myself, just to help myself with how hurt I would get by hearing all these fun things that are happening in school, which weren't even that fun. It's school. School's not fun. I just didn't want to hear any of it though, so that's basically what that's about. So I'm not sitting here blaming any of my friends. It's 150,000% not their fault that life moves on without me. So that was just how I felt. I felt invisible, so I distanced myself a bit. This is like a little rundown of like what it was. Oh my god, cute. I have a picture of my school burning. Cute. Saturday the 18th of March. I didn't go into school today. I had a test that I wasn't even aware of, and I'd rather jump off a goddamn bridge than face my friends again because I just couldn't do it. I stayed in bed until 12, not wanting to wake up since I felt so crap from yesterday. It didn't stop myself from exercising like crazy when my mum left the house. I didn't realize I said that. At this point, I just want to regress. I hate life how it is. I feel like every single little thing I do is a struggle. I don't want to go to school, I don't want to see my friends, I don't want to eat, I don't want to be okay. Exercising myself like crazy when my mum left the house. Yes. That was a big thing for me. When she'd leave the house, go do her errands, I would put on some K-pop in my AirPods and I would dance until I fall flat on my face. It's weird how like, why do we find the enjoyment of like the weirdest things? Like you ask someone like about exercise and majority of people on planet Earth would be like, oh, that's boring, that's not what I would want to do in my free time. But the fact that in my free time I was so excited for to leave the house so I could exercise, like that's not me now, I promise you. Yes, I was in a very bad place mentally. I didn't want to be okay, I didn't want to eat, I didn't want to do anything. Then I put in quotations, Anna being anorexia will kill you, Anna wants you to suffer, Anna wants you dead. Or sometimes I think it would be less trouble if I were to disappear. Mum said a comment yesterday that really made me upset. We were just talking about the illness and she said anorexia is an attention-seeking illness. Anorexia people can be quite selfish. Anorexia people can be quite selfish. I know she was just trying to explain, but really, it really hurt. This was a big like thing for me when it happened. Completely forgot about it. She was just trying to explain how the brain works in the illness, and she just kind of said by accident, and again, with no harm, I completely agree with what she said in this. Anorexia is an attention-seeking illness, and it is in the sense that you want people to notice that you're not okay, to give you the validation to keep being not okay, if that makes sense. Anorexia people can be quite selfish. I see what she was saying, not the best wording in my opinion, still stand by that to this day, was not the best wording. But what she meant is like, anorexic people are so ill that they don't realise the damage that they're doing to everyone around them. Like I said, it takes your family down with you. I was doing so much destruction while I was ill, breaking up everything, every dynamic in this household, and I didn't realise it and I didn't care, and that's selfish of me. But again, it's not my fault. I just didn't know. I wasn't in the right headspace to know. Like I was brain mush, as one would say. Best way that you can explain it, I guess. Oh, this is my meds era. Pop-Tarts, 3. Oh my god, I did not draw a picture of Pop-Tarts and wrote the calorie count next to it. I don't even know the calorie count Pop-Tarts anymore. I know the calorie count for nothing, but back then I literally knew everything. Actually, I know the coffee I drink is 180 calories. That's literally it. I used to know the calories for everything and I got out of my head. Apparently 2 Pop-Tarts is 380 calories. I don't know. Medicine equals fat. I'm feeling lonely. Oh, I wish that I love it, that you hold me. Never crying in my room, so skip to color. This is my Cupid era actually. 50-50, rest in peace. Today for breakfast, I really fancied Pop-Tarts. I know this is a bad idea because I would really feel like shit afterwards, but I don't think I could stomach any more bread, so I gave it. I surprisingly didn't feel too bad, which was nice. Yes, that is a big thing. You want to eat all these foods because you're hungry and you miss the foods you love, but you know you're gonna feel absolute shit afterwards, so you just don't make the risk. And that day I made a risk and I didn't even feel that bad, which I'm actually very proud of myself. Well done, Jonah. Pat on the words, pat on the writing on the book. My friend invited me and 2 other friends to his birthday party in April, but after the awful week I had at school, there is no way I'm going to meet up with my friends. My mum tried to convince me that it would be different, but I don't want to risk all this garbage happening again. My mum keeps mentioning the use of meds to help me feel better, but I don't really know how I feel about that. All I know is that antidepressants make you gain weight, a very common misconception. So no, I don't know if this is another way to make her not let me be sad. I don't know, I'm definitely overthinking this. I couldn't even read that, that was not English. I was very conflicted on meds. I think I touched on this quite briefly in a few of my videos back last year. I ended up taking meds. I had to change like once because into a different medication because it was making my stomach so bad. But meds, it's a very common misconception that antidepressants make you gain weight. A few do. It's low-key not antidepressants that make you gain weight. I don't know the actual, like, I don't want to sit here and like spill what I think because it's probably gonna be wrong. I'm not a fucking medicine person. But yeah, the antidepressants that I both took, like both of them didn't make you gain weight. I don't think so, at least, because I didn't gain weight. So I just watched some footage from my secret travel vlog from summer 2022. I literally still have that, but it's not going anywhere. One would say I look really healthy, but I think I looked very ugly and bloated. I do not like the way I looked at all. This has made me feel so scared because I know I have to end up looking like this to be considered healthy. It's disgusting and makes me feel sick. I remember my travel vlog, and I didn't, how do I explain this? When I say ugly and bloated, I think I'm talking about like my cheeks. My cheeks are quite, most of the time, that's where I gained weight first, was on my face. So when I was at a healthy weight, I guess I didn't really like the look of my cheeks, but also the hairstyle I had, I didn't have a middle part. I had a side part, like brushed. I don't want to do it because it's gonna mess up my middle. Oh. Why do I have a receding hairline? It was brushed to the side, so it made my face look bigger because I didn't have like my hair like showing my forehead. I don't know, it's very confusing. I think I might actually tell this story in a different video of one time I walked down with her and I walked to M&S with her because it was lunchtime and I was getting picked up from my one lesson, and I just walked to M&S with her because my mum was parking at M&S to pick me up. I walked into M&S with her and she was asking me every single product she would pick up. She was asking me how many calories are in it, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? Why are you talking about calories? Like one day out of my whole life I wasn't thinking about calories, and you just had to bring it up again. But yeah. Today was a very interesting day. I was feeling really crappy about going to school. Like, I haven't felt this nervous about going in a long time. Like, I was literally shitting my pants. Anyways, I still forced myself to get ready, but honestly felt so ill about it. Anyways, our electric gate stopped working, so we couldn't physically leave the house. I was so relieved. When I get this nervous, I can't even go to the toilet. That happened. It was the best day of my life when the gate wouldn't open. Mum was like, okay, you're not going in. And I was like, yes! I was so happy. And at the end of the day, I was getting stressed again for school tomorrow. My mum sat me down and we talked about it. Konnichiwa. Okay, I just randomly wrote konnichiwa in my book. She thought it would be best if I didn't go to school after all since it was causing nothing but more stress. I tried and I don't think I was ready. I didn't think it would be this hard. I feel quite guilty because I feel like I have thrown something away. I don't feel guilty at all anymore because that school has caused nothing but issues. So yeah, and that was a very fun day. Not fun, it was a hard day, but then when my mum just kind of sat down, she just could see how like bad it was like looking. She was just like, okay, you know what, you don't need to go to school. And I was like, and my last entry, guys, and it's a short, oh, this is actually not my last one. Two more, this one's short though. Today I had my medical monitoring with my nurse at my nurse's center. Of course I was scared about going. I don't want to gain weight because it makes me feel good. I think it makes me feel not good. But I need to gain weight to make some sort of progress. I haven't gained nor lost, which is alright for me, but not great for the nurses or my mum. I think I was supposed to write more, but then I think I got distracted for I was watching a show. This is my last entry. This is actually at 2:03 p.m. Finally, not in like midnight. I was very tired yesterday, so I forgot to journal. Yesterday was the first day that I haven't been at school. I had my first maths tutor lesson. He was really nice and thinks I'm capable of doing well and doing the higher exam. That made me feel better and it motivated me to try as hard as I can with my exams. I actually miss my tutor. He was like the nicest person. I had a maths tutor every single day for an hour and a half until my GCSEs, and he was just so understanding about every single thing ever, and he was so helpful and so nice, and we just clicked. It was actually nice to have, like, it felt like I was actually talking to a friend more than a maths tutor because he was in university, so the age gap wasn't too big. Oh my god, that sounds really bad. Wait, I wasn't trying to get with him, guys. What the fuck. Yesterday we got our Wagamama's for dinner. I normally would never allow fast food, but fast food by evening hour, not going to school and eating. Also, Wagga's in my opinion is nice and healthy, but obviously they got my order wrong. We were already at home, so we didn't return it. I started to get really anxious for some reason, like my heart started going. It was freaking weird. I have never felt like this in my life. My dad did remake the rice and tried to rid of as much as possible. Imagine getting a panic attack because someone got your order wrong. Only in my books, I guess. That was the first time I got fast food in so long. And this is so fast food, like Wagamama's is not fast food to me. It is, I say it's healthy, it's rice, it's chicken, it's vegetables. What I don't understand is, how did they got this wrong? I got a children's chinkatsu with amai sauce, and they fucking put curry sauce on it. There's two different options. You can have amai sauce or curry sauce, and they gave me fucking curry. I still don't like the curry there, I'm sorry. I don't mind curry now, but I don't like the curry from the Wagamama's. And it just made me so like nervous, and my parents got a bit angry at me, and I was getting angry at them. It was a big shit show, but it was okay. We did it in the end. But that is my diary. That was more actually depressing than I think it was gonna be. But that is all my secrets that I have regarding my eating disorder. So if you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below what your thoughts are on my diary, if it relates to you in any way, because I do want to hear your stories. My therapist told me to do this. That's why I did it in the first place. I wouldn't have done it. But that is going back in the vault for another year, until I revisit it a year later and probably laugh at it even more. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.